afternoon. Welcome. Please silence your cell phones as Frank comes up as Rotarian of the day.
Thank you. Please bow your heads and pray. Our Father and Creator, thank you for this day and our many and abundant blessings. We ask for your hand of blessing on this meeting, that you guide and direct our leadership here today. We ask that you continue to have your hand on this community and you protect and sustain all of our citizens, especially those serving abroad who may be in harm's way. We pray for the health of our community, and may we be challenged to do our best always, and may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen. Please join us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to the four-way test of all things say or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and have friendships? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Frank. As you sit down, don't forget the blue buckets, and we need an $11 match. I'll do it. Thank you. Are there any prayer requests? Jim visited with Bert. He says he's doing great, and you can see his pictures on Facebook. A couple of announcements. One, there's slips on the table for Sky and Link, so don't forget to see those. Also, we are looking for a treasurer starting July 1st. So somebody want to be the Rotary treasurer, let us know. It's really not that bad, is it, there?
The real commitment is the 30 or 45 minutes after the meeting. You can just kind of getting everything done and positive and all that. The rest of the time, not very time.
Thank you. Any other announcements?
And your dues are paid. You don't pay dues.
That's a real bonus.
So you do get paid for the job.
We could only agree.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, if there's not any other announcements, Jennifer, you're on.
Good afternoon. Oh, come on, guys. Good afternoon. Okay. I know the food was really good, but let's wake up, go get some sweet tea. This is gonna be an interactive conversation. So we're gonna talk about membership today. Do I need to stay here? So
I'll move the camera.
yeah, it's fine. I tend to wander when I talk. So let's talk a little bit about service organizations in general. They're not doing so great worldwide for a lot of reasons. A lot of it is about expectations, failed expectations, of course, COVID as well. Rotary in general is down 23,000 members in Rotary International in the past year, although I say that with the caveat that I was not able to get confirmation about why we're down that many numbers. I don't know if it is because of COVID or if people are just choosing to end their membership or what. So take that number with a grain of salt. Here locally though, I think when I'm trying to sell our club to a potential new member, it's very easy for me to say that Rotary is easily the most impactful service organization in town. With the numbers, our representation in the community, and what we give back to the community every year, it's a really easy sell. And we're doing good with membership. This year again was a challenge. When Joe started his year as president, his goal was to get us to 65 members. Right now we're at 56, and then with the two names that you have on the table, we'll be at 58. So we're getting there, but it's a bit of a challenge, as we all know. So not only do we have to gain new members, we have to make sure we're retaining our existing members in being good to each other, and I think we do a good job with that. So The current Rotary International president is from Germany. His name's Holger Nack, and he said that we need to stop thinking of new members as people we can mark down as statistics and then forget about. Every new member changes us a little bit. That person brings a new perspective and new experiences, and we need to embrace this constant renewal. We will grow stronger as we learn from our new members. So we all have different reasons of why we joined Rotary. The leading reasons, though, are people looking for a way to serve their local community. They're looking for friendship and fellowship, or they're looking for professional development opportunities. And I can say, honestly, those are the three reasons why I joined. And I think Rotary has definitely hit the mark on all three of those for me. The main reasons why people tend to leave Rotary are mostly because of the cost and the time commitment. But I think Rotary International is beginning to understand that challenge, and they're becoming a little less particular about the attendance and the classifications as they were, say, 20 years ago. Some of the people who, like Jimmy, would you agree with that statement that Rotary's not quite as stringent as they were 20 years ago? Some people leave because they just don't like the club environment. The people in the club are not really the mix that they thought it was going to be. And then 20% leave because of unmet expectations. They come in thinking they're going to do a lot of good in the community, and for whatever reason, the club just never really gets those service projects going, and they're like, yeah, I'm not going to just go every week and that's it. So according to Rotary International, the key to a club surviving COVID and moving forward in a strong way involve us being flexible. And I think we're being fantastic at being flexible. We are fantastic at being flexible in this club, starting the young professional membership and the corporate membership, having members available to join us through WebEx. These are all key things that Rotary International is pushing as ways for us to be flexible, to be the best service to our members, and then our members can take that and be more serviceable to our community. So we're doing great, but we can always be doing better. So today I'd like you to humor me, and we are going to step through a little member recruitment exercise. 2 out of 3 prospective members who are referred by an existing Rotarian join Rotary. So it's the personal connections that each of you have that are what make a difference in this whole process. Any of the new members that we've gained while I've been membership chair have been because one of you said, hey, talk to so-and-so about being a member. And those, we just take those conversations and they lead to new members. So your personal relationships are key in this process. Let's see, I gave y'all the guts of it. They had like 4 pages of explaining before it actually got to the worksheet. Okay, here we go. All right, so I want all of you to take your little worksheet that's on there. You should each have one. And I want you to put your name on it, please, because I'm going to take up these sheets when we're done, and I'm going to basically be creating a hit list of potential new members. And if I need help reaching out to those people, I'm going to be following up with you. So please make sure you put your name at the top there. So let's start close to home. Let's start with professional contacts. Think about your current and former colleagues. Like I know Larry has talked to me about some of his colleagues that he'd like to see getting in here. Any professional associations? I'm working on Matt Davis as a fellow cultural organization to get him in here. Or anybody that you've done business with recently through your work. Jot down their name, what they do, because we always want to know their classification and who they are. All right. Okay, so let's think about service contacts, your neighbors, community leaders, people who have volunteered with you in other organizations or on other projects. Any of you volunteer at Deep Roots? If there are people that work at the Deep Roots event that you think would be good Rotarians, bring them in. If you ran a 5K for a fundraiser somewhere in town and you thought it was a well-run 5K, it was well organized. Think about who organizes that event. Jot their name down. All right. Flip your worksheet over. Now I apologize, my printer doesn't understand flipping on the long edge, flips on the short edge. So now this is where we start getting a little bit broader. Think about your doctor, your dentist, your financial managers. Can't add William. William's already on here. We've already had Deborah Marsh. Religious leaders, lawyers. I know Tom's working on Ian McMullen. I've been working on Ian for 3 years. Any entrepreneurs, other nonprofit professionals, school administrators. Of course, we have Dr. Price, but are there any teachers or principals, vice principals that we would want? I think we have good representation from the college. We're getting better with our civic leaders. What about social workers or people that work in sales? I think we've got IT covered pretty well. I like to actually just scroll through my list of contacts on my phone. If you can just take a few minutes at the end of this and just scroll through your contacts on your phone and say, oh yeah, maybe. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be reaching out to these people, and if I need help, I'm going to be going to you. So this isn't like Jennifer asking you to do fundraising or anything like that. Jennifer's only going to come back to you if I need your help on reaching any of these people. All right. How many of you transferred into this club from another club somewhere else? Yeah, see, all of those guys, prime candidates. They may be people who used to be in Rotary and left 5 years ago or whatever, for whatever reason. How do we get those people back in? Are there any people that we gave a Rotary scholarship to 15, 20 years ago that are now done with school and are working professionally that might be interested in coming back and joining us now? Were there any students that did the exchange program, maybe? Now I am going to throw out this interesting number that I found when I was thinking about today's talk. Rotaract, do we all know what Rotaract is? Rotaract is for people 18 to 31. They gained 14,000 members last year. 14,000 members. And established 300 new Rotaract clubs across the country. Why is that? I think it's part of it is COVID. Younger generation college kids, they have a little more time on their hands probably, learning remotely as opposed to being involved in an active college life. So they had a little more time on their hands, and some of them decided to do something good with it, which is pretty awesome. So who knows? We are in, that's national. Now, that's not even international. That's just in the U.S. So we are a 3-college town. Maybe Rotaract is something we need to seriously consider. So, okay. Is everybody's sheet completely full? Is every line on your sheet full? I don't want it back until every line is full on that sheet. Yeah.
I'm not a missed a lot of sides off, but I know one thing, and I guess when I was doing this back when I was doing that, the hardest part of getting, I mean, and a lot of times the hardest part of getting members, I had a lot of people that would join, but they couldn't make the 12, you know, they couldn't make their every week commitment. But now with it, I don't know if everybody knows what the corporate membership is now. That's gonna make it a lot easier. You gotta think not I guess individual member, but individual business. So you've got like a car dealership, but you got, I know I had a doctor that said I can make it a week, but someone from my office can make it a week. So it's kind of the deal if you think more along the lines of businesses and people that get
Absolutely.
interchanged in those businesses and come to be a representative every week. I think we pick up a lot more members that way than we have in the past because
Sure.
not being able to, just like some representation here from their business, said that any business person be here every week.
Very good point. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, you tell me who the businesses
that-
are that are big enough that can do that.
Because that had just been passed not too long ago.
Right.
Because they tried this a few years back and that one of the clubs in Savannah was doing it. Or I came in and said, no, we can't do it. And so I think that was when I was president, we were trying to do that. And it just kind of keep us back.
Yeah. They're, I think Rotary International is understanding that they can't be that stringent anymore, not if they expect to survive. So. All right, questions? What are you laughing at, Jim? Okay. You sure? All right. Cool. All right. So this is just a very quick, I don't know if Joe has anything else he needs to do for club assembly, any other business we need to do, but yeah, I mean, there are certainly other things we can be doing once COVID is over and we can gather more safely. There are always social events that we could do as a club and invite potential new members to that. And I would also like to see us be inviting non-members when we do our service projects, so they can actually see in person what we're doing and what we're accomplishing and say, yeah, that's really cool. I want to be a part of that. So yeah, so that's very simple. I appreciate your help. Is everybody's sheet full? That includes you too, Jack. I heard you back there. No? Okay. I'm going to slide this time. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the people on WebEx, you can email Jennifer your responses. I was telling people on WebEx that they can email you their responses so that everybody can be involved. Any other announcements? Any other business? I do have one thing to say. If you haven't updated your information in DACDB, we're going to be printing a directory pretty soon, and there's a lot of pictures missing, a lot of addresses that need to be changed, phone numbers. So you can either ask Jack or myself how to get into DACDB.
Email me and I'll say it for you.
Okay, thank you, Jack. All right, and with that, we're done early.